Shall I film you? There's Tracy. It was. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Sorry about yesterday, Steve. You missed us every Friday, and the one Friday you're planning, you got it all organised, but we didn't have one. So,
Yeah, because we're all up down at the moment, aren't we?
well, what a day yesterday. I'll put a little video, a little clip up here of Ward where we were.
It was a nice little walk, wasn't it?
Yeah. We were there from 2 o'clock until 9:30 at night. Tracy was told she could go home, and told her to get up and get dressed, which she did. But she was sat on that chair all day, waiting for the medication to come, and it really tired her out. And they kept coming with, I don't know, I couldn't understand the explanations for why the tablets weren't coming. Everybody were getting the tablets and
Just going.
We were just about the last there when we left. Everybody had gone. Nobody else were coming onto the ward because they were going to close the ward.
Shut it down.
I don't know what were going on.
Because the other lady that were there, she came on about 6 o'clock. So she'd only been there a few hours, but they were hoping to send her home because they were going to shut the ward down.
I think shutting the ward down was the priority. That's what, gearing everything. Everything revolved around that. And patient comfort and safety came second.
Whoever the person was that told Tracy to get up and get dressed in the morning should have left her in bed, really, because it was too much for her sitting in that chair all day. And they said she was going home, but I mean, 9:30 at night from dinner, before dinner.
She'd had naught to eat. We'd had naught to eat. I went, they sent me to somewhere where there was some vending machines to get, I don't know, I thought they might have a sandwich or something in them, but they didn't, for Pat. But they didn't. But they were all broke, they were all out of order size on them. All of them. So I had to go hunting around the hospital to find another vending machine that worked. And all I could get some water, some Coke and some crisps.
And Kit Kat.
And a Kit Kat.
I didn't fancy crisps, but I had the Kit Kat.
You shouldn't do, really.
No, my stomach was so rumbly.
Yeah. And we kept getting this conflicting information about these injections that she was supposed to have to stop her from getting blood clots.
Yeah, they came and
They
said
said
that
they
she
were
didn't
waiting
need
for
them.
them.
And
What?
then they came at end and said she didn't need them. And Tracy said, "Are you sure? That's what we've been waiting for all day." She said, "Oh, just go check again." And then they found out that they still hadn't made their mind up in pharmacy whether she should have them or not. And really they wanted her to stay another night on ward until they'd made up their minds.
But she couldn't stay because they were closing the ward down.
So now we've got to go back today. If they say that she needs these injections, we've got to go back today and pick them up.
Yeah.
Not Tracy, she's not moving out of bed.
No. But who's administering these injections? Are we supposed to know how to do that?
She says, could you do this for your daughter? I said, well, yeah.
Well, I don't know whether I could.
We'll have a go if we have to. But they're just sending people home with these, you know, the injections to stop you getting blood clots and that. That's what it's for.
Yeah, they're sending
So
people.
because she's got a low, a low blood count and low iron, they won't show whether they should give her them or not.
Ah, because of low iron.
So they were in a quandary, but I suppose they're dealing with lots and lots of people, and it just got pushed to the background, didn't it?
Yeah.
We didn't want to natter them to death. I mean, we did ask a couple of times, but anyway.
We just sat
That's
there
where we are at the
trying to
moment.
be patient.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't.
She's in a lot of pain, isn't she?
Today.
Well, yesterday, I mean, we had to walk from Ward right down to where car was. I mean, it were a long walk for her.
Just ridiculous.
Anyway.
What a state.
That was our saga at the hospital.
And we didn't have out to eat until 10:30 last night.
I know. Ridiculous, really.
Yeah.
And she loves tuna mayonnaise sandwiches, so that's what I made her when we got in. But she was having difficulty swallowing them because they'd had a thing down her throat, hadn't they? And it was such a long time because they had to do extra than what they intended, that she were down in theatre longer.
Yeah.
So her throat were quite tender. She was having difficulty swallowing.
Oh dear.
So, because it's 3 flights up, I went up there first to ask her if she wanted a drink or something to eat, but she didn't. She was just trying to wriggle her way out of bed because her bed's quite high, isn't it? So she's back in bed, and I said I'll go up after and see if she wants a drink. It'd be the first thing I'd be wanted.
Is Leafy still in bed?
I think she's still in bed, Alethea, unless she's gone up to her mum since I come down.
So that were our saga yesterday, yeah.
Alethea went to pictures to see.
Didn't bring out to
what?
to bookmark this
Oh,
thing.
right, yeah.
Didn't bring out. Where did I get to with it? Oh, I think it's here. This is the Saturday, the 3rd of September 2016. Well, today it rained all day long. We never moved out of the van. Watched F1 quali, Lewis on pole, so it must have been Saturday. Some camper left an awning which nearly blew away, so I pegged it down some more. Did some drawing in the afternoon. Not brilliant. I was more optimistic then. I used to draw. Went to the local pub for our tea. chicken curry.
Oh.
Still raining. Tax credit people paid me today, even though I stopped it. Tax credit.
Mm. No, that's fine.
Tax credit. Oh, because I've retired, haven't I?
Oh, yeah.
So I stopped getting it.
Right.
And I applied for that pension savings credit.
Yeah.
So Sunday, cloudy day today, but it stopped raining. Had a good run down to Newport in South Wales. Arrived on a farm out in the sticks. Tight parking. Had lunch and watched F1. Then went to the Bristol Channel. Pretty strange place. Returned to watch England play poorly. 16. I bet that was World Cup.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was supposed to be in 20. Wasn't it? And they postponed it because of COVID.
Mm.
Trying to rain again, so not going out for a walk. Feels strange. Just a sense of foreboding. Oh, because I've retired and we're selling up, and I didn't know.
Oh yeah, we hadn't sold it yet.
We hadn't sold the house. Well, the park home. And I didn't know how things were
going to
turn out. And then Monday, the morning was misty. Never have I seen and heard so much activity on a farm. People coming and going at all hours.
Oh, was it that one where? Yeah, I remember.
Early hours at morning,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Pigs. Could hear them loading pigs up into a
was it that one?
big trailer. I could hear them screaming and squealing.
Was it that one where they were bringing pigs into?
We couldn't see anything.
No.
If it's what I'm thinking of. We're on edge of a little tiny village, I can't remember the name. We went to a Roman town. Very interesting. Parts of it dating back to 3 AD. We had lunch at a pub in this village. We then drove to Padstow on the border with England. This is a very interesting town with the River Wye running through it. Had a good walk and drove back to the van. That's the place where we were. There were a hole in a wall opposite the river, and somebody had painted a Union Jack under it. You remember?
Yeah.
No boats moored up.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you stood on the bridge between England and Wales.
Yeah, actually it wasn't pigs, it was sheep.
Was it?
Yeah, because the girl there said that she were taking a sheep which were in the field in front of us, but she brought other sheep into it. Do you remember?
Farm.
And she said, she said that the sheep were a pet, like a pet sheep, really, but it were having to go
all its life.
It were having to go. She said.
Oh, that farm.
Yeah, I think that's the one you were on about.
Yeah, that were a pretty strange park up with that.
Yeah.
Well, a park right next to another camper on concrete, wasn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit strange that. Yeah. No, I thought it was somewhere else, but
Did you?
I don't know where that was that I'm thinking of.
Right, with pigs. Pigs.
Yeah, there's it is, look.
Yeah. Oh, I did a drawing at Union Jack under it.
On the wall opposite, yeah.
They're only rough drawings really.
Yeah.
Not precise or out like
No,
that.
just sketches.
Sketches.
Oh. Alright, well we'll leave that there, I know where we are there.
Yeah. Okay.
What about, fancy hearing a poem by John Cooper Clarke? Luckiest Guy Alive, it's called, this poem. Nothing matters, and what if it did? There's more than one way to make a quid. You'll be farting through silk if you stick with me, kid. I'm the luckiest guy alive. Life is one big happy skive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. On the fairway, I'm under par. At the boat club, they called me the commissar. With a monogrammed tankard hanging in the bar, I'm the luckiest guy alive. I got a kick-ass drag boat I ain't allowed to drive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. A broad daylight killing spree, I heard about it on the BBC. Expert opinion tends to agree. Stranger things apparently happen at sea. Anyway, don't worry about me, I'm the luckiest guy alive. A better situation you could only connive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. It was the whole of the law that kept my feet on the literal floor, but gravity ain't my friend no more. Oh no, that's for sure. But I'm the luckiest guy alive. I got a facial tattoo saying, please revive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive.
You went to see him, didn't you?
Seen him twice. I saw him in the 70s with Melvin when we were playing in the band. I went to see him because I got the band that I played in. We were a cross between I think we were a cross between John Cooper Clarke and Alexis Hale. That's where I got my humour and my attitude from. But somebody described us as a cross between George Formby and Captain Beefheart, which is a hilarious combination. Yeah, but it was only young in the 70s when I went to see him. And then we when just after I'd had my exhibition at Melvin's shop, Tracy bought Pat and I 2 tickets
to go see
him in Bingley Art Centre. And Pat ain't a fan of him.
Oh, he's all right, but I didn't want to waste a ticket just for me going to see him when I want an avid fan.
Right.
Melvin is.
Yeah. So
you went with Melvin again?
I gave her a ticket to Melvin and I went with Melvin again. 50 years later or something. Yeah.
I saw him on just recently on an antique programme. He was going round with one of the antique guys picking antiques up to sell. He lost loads of money.
Did he?
Yeah. We what they bought to sell it at auction. Yeah, he lost loads of money.
I've read his autobiography. It's quite a thick book, actually. Yeah, and I know what he's on about when he says he's the luckiest guy alive, because it was actually when he were a kid, he were a bookish runner, and he got involved in drugs, and he were a serious drug taker. John Cooper Clarke. It's a wonder he survived, and he that's one of the reasons he says he's the luckiest guy alive, because he makes his living by writing poetry.
Yeah. And going on stage and reciting them, and
yeah,
it's really
He's
funny,
fun.
isn't
He's
he?
fun. He's sort of a comedian as well.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
part poet, part comedian.
Yeah, it's very funny.
But I wouldn't have thought.
He's very skinny.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. He's always been skinny though.
But apparently the drugs keep you thin.
Yeah. Oh, it's not on him now, is it?
Not on him now.
But
I
he's
don't
still
think so.
skinny.
Although he did sound a bit.
A bit strange last time you went to see him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He really got into a role though. But the trouble was, I was in among a lot of people, you know, sat watching him, and I wanted to pee, didn't I? And I thought it was quite near the end of his show, so I left. I got out. You know, I had to ask people to stand up and let me out. Quite embarrassing. And I went for a wee, and I thought, I don't really want to disturb them all going back. So I didn't go back. I sat downstairs in the foyer.
Isn't that the time you had to go across to the pub to go to the toilet?
It was. There were that many people waiting for Lou. I had to go over to a pub and buy an half. I bought half a lager and left it on the bar because I didn't want to drink, because I didn't dare drink, because I knew I'd want to pee again. So, but I stayed sat down in the foyer, and all the his road crew were there, and I got chatting to them. It was quite interesting, and I was telling them I'd been to see him in the 70s. And they said, I said, oh, it's a long while. I thought it was nearly finished, and they said, oh, he's on a roll. It could be any time now. It was, I must have missed 20 minutes.
A bit like Ken Dodd.
Yeah.
And they got on a roll. You never knew when you were getting out at theatre, did you?
Yeah, we went to see Ken Dodd in 1980. No, when he was 80.
Yeah. When they were 80. Oh, he was good. And they were on stage all the time.
Yeah, well, hours and hours. From 7 o'clock until turn midnight.
Yeah. I just had one person who came on for a short.
Yeah, 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
If it were that,
If it were that.
Just
played the
violin.
Yeah.
But other than that, he were on stage all the time, weren't
He was. Hilarious.
The birdies.
Well, I think we better call that a video.
Yeah.
So, thanks guys for everything. Thanks for watching us, putting up with us.
Yeah. And we'll be back tomorrow.
All being well. Bye. Folks.